What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh wow, we have not done these guys in a long time. We're coming back to Within Temptation. Yes, indeed. Within Temptation Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined and doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bob, do me a favor before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Wencho101, and this is actually Wencho's prioritized request for the month of November for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Wencho. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Wencho wanted to see me react to the song by Within Temptation called The Promise. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, wait a second, I have heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Metal Wish, with 2 L's by the way, Metal Wish, yeah. And the video has 138,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Within Temptation, The Promise live. Rock Werchter 2002. Glad to see that it's live. It's always better live, isn't it? All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay, The Promise.
So stiff. He's messing with him. I love it. I love it. That was fun. During the whole keyboard intro here, the lead vocalist is up at the front doing the hands side to side. Now, I was going to say she looks kind of robotic. She looks kind of stiff. You know, she's not swaying. She's just left, right. Not even like windshield wipers. At least windshield wipers, you know, do this. It's not pop, 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 pop. And I was like, she looks really stiff. But then I saw her messing with the crowd and then she went faster and then she stopped. And then she went fast again and she stopped. So, what was going to be kind of a criticism on my part turned into a compliment because she's messing with the crowd. She's having fun with the crowd. And the crowd's responding. I was watching them and they were trying to keep up with her. So, it's a fun moment. It's an absolute fun moment. So, not a criticism at all. As a matter of fact, turned into a compliment. So good on her. Good on her good on her, heaven forbid, for having some fun on stage while they're playing.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, it's the end of the world. Heaven forbid musicians and performers actually have fun while they're performing on stage. What a tragedy.
I am the hype!
Let's keep going here. Yeah, we're in 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. That 3 feel. We're in 6/8. Okay. Okay. So far, vocals, really nice. Really well done. Great job on her part. Very operatic style. And I know from the past I've heard that from other songs that they've done. Once again, she's proven that she can do that. And she does it really well. So no problems there. Drumming is solid. Absolutely solid. Some nice fills. But just coming up with a really nice 6/8 feel across the board. Guitar playing. When they're playing chords, when the guitar players are playing chords, I can hear the guitars just fine. In the last section we heard, this is a good example. When they went into the lead melodic line, and they're doing it in unison, both of them, with the keyboard player, they need to switch patches, because they need to switch to like a lead patch, because the keyboard is burying them. I mean, you can't hear the guitars worth a dang, really, when they go into that melodic line, when they're all syncopated together and they're all playing in sync, they're all playing in unison, and they're all playing the lead melodic line. The keyboard is just totally burying them. Now, whose fault is that? As much as I like to say it's the keyboard player, I didn't hear the keyboard player getting louder. I didn't hear him, increases. I didn't hear any type of a crescendo from him. I didn't hear him get any louder. So it's up to the guitar players at that point. Now here's the thing: if the guitar players are unable to get any louder, which I find that very hard to believe, since I'm sure they both probably have a lead patch somewhere in their pedals or in their effects rack or their processors or whatever. I'm sure they could get louder, but if for some reason they can't, then it would be the responsibility of the keyboard player to bring it back a little bit. There's plenty of blame to go around on this issue. I mean, there's plenty of ways that this problem could be fixed. My problem is that the problem isn't getting fixed. They went for that entire section, and the same problem was consistently there. It persisted from start to finish. And I really hope if we go back and do that again, I really hope some adjustments are made. But something tells me if we do go back and we do that again, something tells me it's not going to get fixed. Something tells me it's going to stay persistent. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. The keyboard player is doing a great job, though. I love the intro where he was doing literally everything. I wasn't sure about the gong hits until I saw him with his his left pinky would hit the gong. It was his left pinky making the gong sound. So that was really cool. Keyboards are awesome, man. You can program your keyboards to do pretty much whatever you want. You can even assign single keys to do things like gongs. You can. It takes some time. It takes some work, but it can be done. And he demonstrated that perfectly. Anyway, let's keep going here. Good job, guitar players. Nice sustain. Really nice sustain. I'm gonna pause right there. We may have, I think possibly a keyboard solo, which would be interesting to hear. I want to talk about the guitar players here really quick. And I want to give them a huge compliment, at least from my standpoint. I believe this is a huge compliment because I am so critical about this with other bands. There is a difference. Guitar players, I'm talking directly to you. And bass players, I'm talking directly to you. There is a big difference between playing on stage and playing to the crowd. I know there's going to be a lot of people who right now are shaking their head and scratching their head going, what are you talking about?
That's impossible.
Hear me out. Hear me out. There is a big difference when you're playing live between those two because they require two different approaches. And I know everybody's going, well, you have to play the song on stage. If you're going to be playing live in front of a crowd, you have to be on the stage. You're absolutely right. You do. You do. But there's a big difference between just focusing on playing the song where you just stand there on the stage. I mean, you could look into the crowd and that's wonderful, but if you're just going to stand there, towards the back, or near the drum riser or, off to the left or the right wing, and you're just going to stand there and play, well, okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a big difference between that and playing to the crowd. And what these two guitar players are doing, they are playing to the crowd. For starters, are they just standing there? No, they're moving around. They're moving around to stage left, moving around to stage right. Now, more importantly, though, what they're doing to really make this stand out is this. They are moving forward. They are moving in front of the floor monitors, and they are going all the way up to the front of the stage. After that, they look into the crowd. Let the crowd know that you see them, you acknowledge them, and now they're going to play for you. There's the difference. Not so much in just focusing on playing the song for the sake of, playing the song. They're taking steps to play to the audience, moving up to the front, acknowledging the crowd with either hand gestures or with eyes, making eye contact with the crowd like, guys ready? Here we go. And then they start playing. You see what I mean? There's the difference. These two understand that. These two get it. They don't just sit there and play the song just for the sake of playing. And yes, there is a huge difference. Look at some other bands where the guitar players and the bass players, they just stand in the back and they just play. Is it fun to watch? Not listen to. This is the big argument that people throw at me. It's not about what they're doing on stage. It's about the music, man. It's about the song, man. If all you want to do is listen to the song, if all you want to do is listen to the music, and you want to hear the song played perfectly, note for note, exactly like like the studio recording, then do yourself a favor, stay home and listen to the studio recording. It's a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot more time saved because you don't have to travel. You know what I mean? You can sit in the comfort of your own home, listen to the song, played note for note perfectly, and you'll get exactly what you want. Me personally, I want to see the show.
That's the fact, Jack. That's a fact, Jack.
And I know people are like, you're nuts. No, I'm not. Think about it. Have you ever heard anybody say, hey, dude, I got some tickets to go see Within Temptation. You want to go see the show? I didn't say, do you want to hear the show?
Now, who can argue with that?
Reverend.
See what I mean? I didn't say that. I said, do you want to go see the show? These guitar players get it. They absolutely get it. And they're doing everything they can to make the crowd feel like they're part of the show. So now it's no longer just a show, it's an experience. They feel like they're a part of it. And the crowd is going to remember that. I promise you. Anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Let's see if I'm right about this keyboard solo. Come on, bass player. If you're going to do it, do it. Yeah. They get it. They get it. They absolutely get it, and I applaud it. There's a lot I want to talk about, but most of it I talked about during the course of the reaction, so there's really no need to keep going on and on about it. So I'm going to do my best to just touch on a couple of bullet points and try my best to keep this review short. I'm going to try, man. I know we're already, I don't know how long we're in right now in the video, but I know we're quite a bit in. So I'm going to do my best to keep this review short. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Within Temptation with a song called The Promise. This was a request from Wencho101. And this was actually Wencho's prioritized request for the month of November for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Wencho. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay. I thought about it, and I have a score. Now, I've been arguing with myself about a range of the score. There's like a range that I'm arguing with myself with over here. So I'm gonna give a score right now, but I'm gonna give the score I'm gonna give it a temporary score, and we're gonna see how it plays out while I'm discussing it here with you guys. There's a really good chance the score may either go up or down, and I honestly have no idea. I really don't know. So we're gonna just wait and see how this goes. Let's start with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, for right now, I'm gonna give that a score of 8.7. Yep, 8.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the song itself, okay? I think the song itself it's a very solid song. Anything all that impressive about the song itself? No, I wouldn't say there's anything all that impressive about the songwriting. I've heard songs that have been far more impressively written than this song. But the song is, on its own, it's a great song. It is. It's well written, well constructed. The chordal progression makes perfect sense. Melodic lines, harmonic lines, counter melodic lines, they all interweave with each other and they sound really good. The structure of the song itself, verses, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, it all makes sense. It all lines up. No problems there whatsoever. The intro did a great job of leading into the song. No, I got absolutely no complaints about how the song was written. I think the song on its own is a great song. Would I go as far as to call it impressive? No, I've heard far more impressive songs written than this, but it's still a great job. Now, let's get to the musicianship. Let's get to how the musicians played the song. It sounded solid to me. I didn't hear any mistakes. Everything sounded good across the board, from guitars, bass, drums, keyboards, vocals. Everything sounded great across the board. Again, impressive? I wouldn't go that far. There was nothing that was played that I would say blew my mind. I've heard far better musicianship from other bands, and even from Within Temptation themselves. Go back to what was the name? I forgot the name of the song. The second reaction I did, I thought was more impressive. The musicianship there was really good. I think it was better than this was. But, I mean, it's still a great job across the board from the musicians themselves. What they played and how they played it. It was clean. I didn't hear any mistakes. I didn't hear any flubs. I didn't hear anything that sounded sour. It was a solid job across the board. I'm just not going to stand here and say it was impressive, with the exception of the vocals. The vocals were impressive. I will absolutely give credit to her. Her vocals were absolutely impressive. Her range and her accuracy on her pitch, her clarity, sounded really good. Her support sounded good. I maybe would have liked to have heard her project a little more power in the voice rather than relying on volume slides in the mixer on the mixing board to create the volume. I think I would have liked to have heard them pull back the volume sliders a bit and have her get a little more powerful in the voice. You could hear the voice. You could hear that she was kind of holding back a little bit. You could hear a little bit of the breathiness in those high notes because she was holding back. Now, was that intentional by design? It very well could be. She may have, because this was not the first song she's been playing for a while, she may have realized that they really have her cranked up on the board and she didn't want to blow out everybody and wreck everything as far as what's happening with the sound quality. So she may have made that decision herself consciously to pull back a little bit. As a result, the voice did get a little bit, tiny bit breathy in the upper registers. So I really, now that's not, if that's the case, that's not her fault. She had to do what she had to do. I just wish FOH would have realized what was going on and maybe pulled her back a little bit so that she could project. But in any case, pitch was spot on, diction was spot on, vowel formation sounded good, delivery sounded really good, support was definitely there without question. Her pitch was really good. Everything across the board was a great job on her part, and it was impressive. What did this for me more than anything was the live show. Let's go down the checklist, okay? Let's just make this simple. Stage presence, check. Yeah, it was definitely there. Right from the get-go, it was there. Stage energy, check. We saw a lot of it. A lot of it. A great amount of stage energy from everybody on stage. Stage interaction, check. We saw the guitar players and the bass players interacting with each other. I saw the guitar players, not the guitar, but the bass player go over and interact with the keyboard player and interact with the drummer. So we saw some great stage interaction. I'm really curious why nobody interacted with the lead singer. She didn't interact with anybody either. She was like, I almost felt like the guys in the band are like, no, don't go near her. She's got a very jealous husband on the side, and if you go within 5 feet of her, he's gonna run on stage and beat the crap out of you. And I'm just like, why doesn't anybody interact with this girl? I mean, she looks like she wants to interact, but nobody's going near her. I don't know why. I don't get that. But everybody else was interacting with each other, so they looked good. So stage interaction, check. Crowd interaction, humongous check. Wow, that was some of the best crowd interaction I think I've ever seen from a band as a whole. The entire band that could and is easily able to. Mainly the 2 guitar players and the lead singer. The drummer, he's stuck back behind the drums. Could he interact with the crowd? He can. I didn't really see a whole lot from him, but like I said, he's stuck in the back. The keyboard player, I saw him point to the crowd a few times, so that was good. I saw the same thing from the bass player. Now, I do have a criticism of the bass player. Look, if you're gonna interact with the crowd, dude, get up to the front. There's no law that says you have to stand back there. There's no rule that says you have to stand back there, unless there is in the band, at which point I don't get that. I don't know why, but I know there are some bands that do that. They take their bass player and they stick him in the back and they say, stay there. I could never work for those bands. I don't care how much they would pay me. I really don't care about the money. I would rather be up at the front of the stage rocking out. So I don't understand, but maybe there's a reason, or then again, maybe he just, maybe he's shy. I don't know. But he could have come up to the front. I don't know why he didn't, but he still interacted with the crowd from back there. The lead singer, great job on her part. I expect that from lead singers, though. I expect lead singers to interact with the crowd. So there is that level of expectation. If she didn't do it, I would be absolutely pounding the hell out of her for that. I would be absolutely merciless to her about that, but she did. Before that, right at the beginning during the intro, she was up there at the front having fun with the crowd, with the arm waves and faking them out and going really fast and then stopping. I thought that was funny. At first, I wasn't 100% sure about it, but then I saw what her angle was, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. That's cool. That's fun. That's a good time right there. Memorable. Guarantee you the crowd's going to remember that. I promise you. They may not remember anything else about the show, but they will remember that because it's different. gesturing out to the crowd, making eye contact with the crowd. Very important as a lead vocalist if you're gonna do crowd interaction. And she did all of the above. So nothing wrong with that at all. I applaud her for doing what she did. She did a great job. Now, what really impressed me were the guitar players. They get it. They absolutely get it. There is a difference between playing the song on stage and playing the song to the crowd. You can stand on a stage and play the song, and the crowd's gonna hear it, and the crowd's gonna enjoy it. Absolutely. You can also do what these guys did. You can take the song, you can play the song to the crowd. You can play directly to them by moving up to the front, even going so far, bravely and boldly, as stepping in front of the floor monitors, crossing that invisible line and moving up to the edge of the stage and looking into the crowd, creating that bond, bridging that gap. In doing so, because you can't get any closer to the crowd than that without getting off the stage. And then when they're up there, they gesture to the crowd, they point to the crowd, they look to the crowd, they motion with their head like, hey, let's have some fun. You ready? Here we go. And then they start playing. That's playing to the crowd. And there's a big difference between playing to the crowd and just playing the song. Those two guitar players get it. And I applaud them for that, because you'd be amazed how many guitar players just don't get that. And it really upsets me.
What do you care?
When I see guitar players who just stand there and play the song. Oh, congratulations! You can play the song note for note exactly like you did in the studio recording. Hey now! Good job, champ! Way to go! Of course you can play it. You recorded it. Of course you can play it. We all know you can play it. Now let's see you play it to the crowd that paid their hard-earned money to come and see you perform to them. Anyway, before I upset myself, I'm gonna stop right there. So, 8.7. I feel like changing that score. Let me just try this. Let's just go up 0.1. Okay, let me try going up another 0.1. No. Actually, I like it. Okay, new score. No, I don't care. Hey, it's my show. If I want to change the score, I can change the score. Look, I didn't drop the fist and say, I have spoken. I didn't say that. I didn't give the final word. No, I am free to change the score for what? Look, this is America, okay? We have the right to make our own choices. And if we want to change our mind, we can change our mind. I didn't sign on the dotted line yet. So look, I'm going to change the score. If you have a problem with that, too bad. Go watch another channel. So I did change the score from an 8.7 to an 8.8. Yep, 8.8. I feel better about that score. I really do. I like that score now that I've looked at it a couple times. So yes, 8.8. That is where we're at. That is where we're going to stay. So 8.8, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.